Over the past few weeks, Oklahoma wheat research has been in the spotlight as producers attended wheat field days and tours from Hammond to Randolet. Throughout the month of May, there will be more of these learning opportunities, but none bigger than the Lahoma Field Day on May 10th.
We start registration at 8:30, have coffee and donuts, and this year we'll have Congressman Frank Lucas here to kick off the field day with a few comments and find out what's going on in Washington. And then we'll head out with the trailers at, first stop is at 9:30. We'll load the trailers, go out to the field, and we have 13 stops set up, of which the producers can choose 5, depending on where their interest lies. And then at the end of the tour, at noon, we'll have a noon meal, and then producers can visit with each other and also the project leaders that were on the tour stops.
For a preview of some of the topics discussed on those stops, we turn to Extension Area Agronomist Roger Gribble.
Well, we've got all the varieties that are being planted in the state of Oklahoma. It gives producers a chance to look at them in a lined up fashion where they can kind of compare. The big ones would be maturity in this particular stop, as well as disease package. So it gives them a chance to see, should I put a foliar fungicide on, or should I use a variety that is resistant to those diseases that we're facing in northwest Oklahoma.
And we've got the major varieties they can choose from on one end, and as we get further down here, we've got a lot of research and developmental varieties. They can get an idea of what's coming as well.
Yeah. With Dr. Carver and Dr. Edwards working together, we get a chance that Dr. Carver will put some of his newer materials into Dr. Edwards' trials, so we kind of get an evaluation of those candidates before they're ever released. If producers watch closely and look at the numbering, they'll have that report, and when that number becomes a candidate cultivar and named, then they've already got an idea of what it's going to do in their particular part of the world.
Very good. Now, as we look around here, I mean, obviously this is a pretty interesting plot, but there are a lot of stops on this place, a lot of different wheat trials, and then also there's some canola and any other crops?
Well, we'll look at cover crops would be one that's getting a lot of play right now. I think if I was going to pick a stop for producers that I would want to go to would be the drilling fluid. A lot of oil and gas activity in northwest Oklahoma, and the drilling fluid stop is a pretty interesting one. That will be a good stop, and then dovetailed with that, Dr. Shannon Farrell, who's actually a lawyer, is going to discuss the lease agreement between the landowner and the applicator, and there's a lot of things that go into that lease discussion, and to have all the bases covered that you want covered, you draw it up in the lease, and I think that's going to be a tremendous stop.
All right, so now if you're a wheat producer, if you're canola, whatever you're doing in this part of the state, this is the place to go get all of that information and in all the different disciplines you need to be thinking about.
I think that's a good way to put it. I know that Kim Anderson will be here looking at wheat and corn push play. You know, there's a lot of things with corn that impacts wheat this time of year. But I would hope that we've got a diverse set of discussions that anybody would be interested in coming to listen to. And then Frank Lucas on top of that, I think it'll be a great day.
The North Central Oklahoma Research Station Wheat Tour will be held May 10th. The station is located on Highway 412, 1 mile west of Lahoma, Oklahoma. There is no charge for the event, but to help with a head count for the meal, call 580-237-7677 and let us know you're coming.